I went to Chicago to get the Marshall I've always been looking for. It's Rick Carson. We're at the beautiful Make Blue Studios, and today I'm going to tell you a story about my good friend Julio. So Julio is a aspiring musician and a young EE and a great amp tech who has been modifying amplifiers in the local Chicago area because he loves Billie Joe Armstrong and he loves Green Day, and he's been looking for the tone in his head, and he's gone further than I have ever seen towards figuring out a couple of modifications that were done to some of these amplifiers. And the two main modifications I'm talking about are what's known as the Crunch Mod, aka the Dookie Mod, and the Lead SE Mod. And these mods were originally invented / developed by John Sewer, but then they were performed mostly by a man named Martin Golub. And these mods have been done on amplifiers that were owned by people such as Rob Cavallo, Billie Joe Armstrong, Jade from AFI, and Jerry Finn, and tons of other people in that California modded Marshall mid-2000s pop punk guitar scene. When I think of these tones, I see a Marshall, but I've never come across a Marshall that sounded like them. I've never come across a Marshall that sounded like American Idiot or sounded like BrainStew or sounded like AFI, if I'm being honest. And I've tried very, very hard to make a JMP sound like AFI. And once I heard these amplifiers that Julio was modding, I had to go get my own. So we went and we took our vintage 1973, turret board Marshall up to him to perform these mods, and he did both mods inside this one amplifier. You have the Dookie Mod, and then you also have the Lead Mod, and you also have two versions of the Lead Mod, one which he calls the Idiot Mod, which was based on the mod that was done to a Park amplifier that was used to record American Idiot. And I am just so absolutely impressed. So check out some of the story about this, and then at the end, check out the tone that we recreated from BrainStew with this amplifier, and we're going to give that away to you. We have Kemper and NAMM profiles. Go download them. We hope that you love them as much as we love them, and let us know what tone you'd like us to recreate next, because this thing can be used for lots of cool stuff. Julio, tell everybody what you've been up to.
So I recently just been modding a shit ton of Marshalls. I'm a big Green Day fan, so I'm doing the Dookie Mod, the Crunch Mod, SE Lead Mod, and I came up with something called the Idiot Mod that tries to capture the tone of the Idiot head used on American Idiot by Green Day. Many other records as well. I've always been told that these mods only work on vintage plexis like these, but I've been able to do it on pretty much any amp like a DSL, Jet City. So sky's the limit with these mods, and currently I've been working on a 2-channel setup for these mods, so you can run both channels in one amp. As we know, Billie Joe has an SE lead head and a Dookie head. He runs them in parallel on stage, but this amp is a more home user friendly. It's got 2 channels, the Crunch Mod and the SE lead mod, and it's got a special switch here, which I call the Chris Barnett switch, which is, thanks to a buddy of mine, is what the Idiot Mod is. And you can switch between that and the regular SE Lead Mod. And it changes up the voicing a little bit. It's very noticeable with the Junior that we have over there. But yeah, why don't we give it a go?
Yeah, and so we'll go to the studio and we're going to do some extensive testing as far as the sound examples that we play. But I just wanted you guys to capture the first time we hear this thing, not only with, his telly here with a Seymour Duncan, but also with the Les Paul Jr. So go ahead, turn it on, crank it up.
Flip it on SE lead mode real quick.
It sounds awesome.
Sounds awesome.
So the Idiot Mod's darker.
Yeah, it's got like a percussive kind of thing. It's made for a Junior.
Okay, so let's go back over to that. how much are you charging currently to do one of these mods?
So for this mod right now, it's $350. So 2-channel SE lead and Dookie Mod. And it could be done on pretty much any amp. It could be done on a DSL, Marshall. I've been wanting to do a Jet City 50 watt. If anyone wants to send one my way, that'd be fucking awesome. But this is it. This is all the Green Day sounds, Cherry Finn, anything Rob Cavallo's done. It's all here.
No, I think so as well. And I've been listening to tons and tons of Marshalls throughout my life, trying to get this sound. And as soon as I heard what you were doing to amplifiers, I grabbed one of my JMPs and brought it out here. And this is my personal amp. It doesn't even have the screws back in it yet because he's just finished it. And you guys are hearing it for the first time. We're going to go make actual sound examples. We're also going to make some impulses and some profiles, give them away to you guys on the internet so you guys could try this out at home. And if you want an amplifier modded by Julio, you know, let him know. And then if you think that this guy should build something, please just post it in the comments. Make your voice heard. We want to know. We think what he's doing is very, very cool. So thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So to capture this tone properly, we had to run 2 passes of this amplifier, one of the Dookie mod and one of the lead mod. We used 2 different cabinets. We found that the Dookie mod, we believe, for this BrainStew tone was going through a cabinet with G1275s in it, and we believe that the lead mod was going through a cabinet with vintage 30s in it. And it took us a long time to figure out that combination. The microphones, also very interesting. The Dookie mod had a 57 that was further away and off axis, and it also had an RE20 where the SE mod just had a single on-axis 57. And there's a great article about the making of this record, which we will put up here in the video as well, where you can check out what they were talking about capturing pair of Marshalls that Rob owns, one with a crunch mod and one with a lead mod. So hope this helps. Catch up with it. Have a great day.